According to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, the definition of forgiveness is the act of giving up resentment or to grant relief from payment. God teaches us in the Bible that forgiveness should not only be part of our lives, but put it as one of our main principles. To forgive is to love and respect, to believe and give. Luke 15:31-32 says, "My son," the father said, "you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. But we have to celebrate and be glad because this brother of yours was dead and is alive again. He was lost and now is found." The parable of the lost son reminds me of a time when I was lost then found by God. Being lost for me was a time of confusion, a time where I didn't know which path to take and ultimately kept taking the wrong path for a while. God has always been part of my life, but my surroundings were very influential. Confusion filled me as I tried to first define everything around me and second, trying to be the captain of my own ship rather than a follower. Decisions was what I constantly had in mind. Unfortunately, I began to make the wrong decisions. Partying and hanging out with my friends was my new way of life, just so I didn't have to take things too seriously. Although I did keep focus on certain things like school, I began to shift away instead of making him my priority, which was probably the worst thing I could have done. Psalm 119:176 says, "I have strayed like a lost sheep. Seek your servant, for I have not forgotten your commands." One night, when I could no longer live the life I was living, God came to rescue me with words of comfort. Forgiveness was demonstrated to me firsthand by the one who had forgiven me a long time ago and given his one and only son for me. I found myself wanting to be with him and wanting him to forgive me for everything I did to hurt him and others like my parents. I needed his forgiveness so I could heal my heart. Knowing he has given his one and only son was important because I could see that forgiveness comes from true devotion and unconditional love. This helped me get back to the path God has for me, and understanding the decisions were easy with him by my side. Graduation was a test for me since college was a vital decision that would affect the rest of my life. How was I going to react to the obstacle of moving out of my house and starting a new life? I realized it was only through the help of God. College comes with monetary problems, but every prayer filled me with confidence that through Him I could do anything. In the midst of this process, I was learning who I was, and He lifted my spirits every step of the way. God's forgiveness opened me up to forgiving myself for all the bad things I did then, giving Him my life so He could take control. He saved me and was the leading reason to live, and by Him I now lead my life. I can see that forgiveness is one of the most important things that no one should lack. Through understanding this, I know I am worthy of God's love and forgiveness. Psalm 119:173-175 says, "May your hand be ready to help me, for I have chosen your precepts. I long for your salvation, O Lord, and your law is my delight. Let me live in praise, and may your laws sustain me."